Hello all and welcome to the Mug Life DIY. I am Julia and I am so excited that you decided to stop by my channel. So today I have 4 different projects for you. They are a mix of different kind of crafts. I have thrift store items, Dollar Tree items, upcycling items. Like, it is a Mod Podge hot mess of whole bunch of crafting. Now, this first project I picked up at the thrift store on, of course, Military Monday, and only paid $2 for it. Super excited. Today I'm participating with all of these amazing and talented crafters for this family DIY hop. There is a giveaway, so you'll have to stay tuned to see how you can be entered in this drawing. Now, Theresa told us this is an open idea of family. I decided to go on what my family is based on. My husband is in the Navy and we have been married for going on 15 years. We have our family, and as a military lifestyle, it is constantly changing and evolving. So I just wanted to share a few family pictures of different deployments, times my husband has gone and come back, etc. Just so you guys can get a little bit of a glimpse of what our family is all about. We are about each other. We're about spending the quality time that we do have with each other and definitely making lots of memories. So I do love to incorporate a lot of Americana and military. So that's kind of the theme and route I decided to take on all 4 of these projects. I hope you guys enjoy these little pictures that I threw in for you. Now, I'm not even sure what material this is. It was not wood. It's kind of like a hard clay, almost plastic, and it was definitely beat up. So I was glad I only picked it up for $2, but I had to do some repair work to it and had to figure out how to, yes, I slightly caught the thing on fire, how to get those little centerpieces off. I had to do a combination of using my scraper. I had to use my heat gun to kind of melt the glue. Careful not to burn your little project up like I did, but it took some time. It was definitely about a 30-minute process of me just slowly scraping away, heating it up, making sure I wasn't burning myself, and finally, eventually, popped that last little seashell off. And as I said, I did have to do some repair work. So I roughly sanded the center parts all around the outside of the frame and just kind of made it a little bit easier of a surface for me to work on. I did use some wood filler to fix all of these cracks and crevices. And I do love this wood filler because it turns a natural color once it is dry. It is a multi-purpose kind of filler or fix all, which I love. I always pick it up at Home Depot whenever I am picking up paints or other supplies that I need around the house for doing projects. So I always like to have some on hand. And the next step I started with this makeover is adding just a nice bright pop of white. I just used my Apple Barrel acrylic paint and did one nice thick coat. Now, I am not sure what color this originally was, but it definitely was like a kind of creamy off-white eggshell color. Wasn't a fan, so that's why I wanted to definitely brighten it up. And then I just took some of my brown acrylic paint. This one is an espresso color, but because of that eggshell white, it definitely lightened it up a lot. But I didn't mind the lighter color, even though I was wanting a really dark espresso color. I thought the light brown definitely worked, and I put a nice thick coat all around on all of the edges on all 3 frames. And as I had mentioned a little bit earlier, we are doing a family themed hop. And because we're all doing a family theme hop, our lovely creator, Theresa, decided that we would have a donation to the Fisher House Foundation. If you're not familiar with the Fisher Foundation, it is a veteran support system for families in need or going through hard times with medical conditions. It provides so many different things for these families in need and is definitely near to my heart, being a military wife. We will have a link in all of our community tabs and our description box if you would like to learn a little bit more about Fisher Foundation, and a link where you can go donate anything to help support this amazing cause. And here's all the details for this amazing giveaway. We are giving away a Cricut press and mat. I absolutely love my heat press, and I have used it so many times for projects for my kids, my husband, gifts, you name it. They're amazing. All you have to do is comment, like, share, you name it, on all 10 of these videos. We would love it if you would subscribe, and not necessary, but we would definitely love the support. And the contest ends on June 1st. We will announce it on our community tab on June 3rd. So make sure you comment and you like all 10 of these amazing craft videos so you can be entered in our DIY Cricut press giveaway. All right, now we're going to jump back into our DIY. This rope is actually in Dollar Tree. It is part of the new nautical summer line, and I absolutely love it. It's that natural jute color with a navy color, and I just restrung my 3 frames. After I had strung all of the frames, I took 3 little wooden pieces along with some little square cubes, crafting cubes, and one of the little building tower. I wanted to just kind of lift my pieces up and give it a little bit of dimension, and then I went ahead and painted them white. Now, the little octopus is actually from Amazon, so I will try to find that little piece linked for you. One of my friends, Lisa, gave it to me along with some other little decals that I'm excited to use. The little wheel and the anchor are both from Dollar Tree. Now, I am a little bit unsure. I am thinking of going back and staining all 3 of my unfinished wood pieces in a really pretty navy color, because I thought I would like the unfinished look, but now that I'm looking at it, I'm not digging it as much as I thought I would. So let me know what you think I should do, if I should change up this color or leave it as is. Alrighty, now project 2 is so much fun, and it is using all of these Dollar Tree items. The little anchors are part of the little summer line at Dollar Tree, and these little house frames, I had just found them they came out about Mother's Day, and I picked up 3 of them, and I wish I had found one of the white anchors, but I found 2 blues, so I just grabbed what I had, and I am going to paint the one in the white color. Now, I took off all of the frames and backings from all 3 of my little house frames, and I'm going to use some scrapbook paper I had on hand, just the white plain side of that paper. Now, once I had traced out all 3 of my house frames in the plain paper, I used some of my inks from Tim Holtz. I have had these literally for years. I'll have to look up the different colors that I used. And I just kind of lightly streaked around the edges and then did a couple of straight lines just to kind of do a faux wood grain effect. And I really liked the effect that it gave to the piece, a very neutral look to it, so that the different color anchors that I have would really stand out. And here's a little side note, the anchors are actually a little bit too wide for these houses, so I had to kind of place the anchor at an angle and then kind of straighten it out and, made it work. And on to fabulous project number 3. This is going to be upcycling this old, cutting board that I have had for years. It's actually cracked and worn. Doesn't matter how many times I have reconditioned it with different oils. It's just met its time. And I don't always like to cut certain things on it because wood is so porous. And even after staining it, I just knew it was time to upcycle this piece. And I kind of liked how it had 3 distinct sections, so I knew it would lend well for me to paint those 3 sections in the red and the white because we're mimicking a flag. Then I took this Dollar Tree family, painted it in a navy blue, which I'm obsessed with, if y'all don't know, and then I just lightly dry brushed some white paint over the family. all I had to do was hot glue that bad boy on the center of my little faux flag, but I thought it just kind of was missing something. So I went into my craft stash and I really thought, hey, it would be really cute if I anchored, pun intended, to the little family, because my husband's in the Navy and the anchor to the family were tied together. And I just thought that would be a little fun accent to kind of have all the pieces, you know, matching and just be a really fun cohesive look. So I took some of the leftover rope that was from the other anchors and tied it to it, and then I just glued it to the family section. And it's that easy. We're done with this fun flip. Okay, y'all, I know I have said her name 1,000 times. My friend Lisa, she lives close to me and she is starting a channel. So shout out to her channel. I'll have it described, linked, yeah, all of that down in my description box. But she made me, or actually she just made and she offered, I took this fabulous, huge front porch sign. So I wanted to do something, since I have double doors, to kind of accent both sides of my door. So I took 3 Dollar Tree signs, glued them together using my jumbo craft sticks from Walmart. I did have some stir sticks, could not find them. They're in a bin somewhere, but I did use some scrap wood on the back to give it a nice straight and extra support. Now, you might have noticed that I didn't flip that third sign. I'm actually going to be using the front of the sign because I love it so much, and the little phrase. So I glued that last sign facing forward, and you'll see what we're going to do to kind of mimic and match the front. So I took one of the Dollar Tree little captain's wheel and I used that same ink pad and kind of roughly went over it. Then I took some whitewash, which is basically just water with whatever acrylic, but I wasn't liking the black, as I do best, change my mind while I'm going. So I added more white to it and I really liked the gray. So I kind of went with the gray on the anchor. I was thinking about doing gold because certain ships can have a gold anchor, but I don't know, I thought that would just be too different than all of my other pieces together. So I went with this nice gray tone. Then I took some of my Dollar Tree jute twine and wrapped it around all of the little points on the wheel, and I just thought that gave it a really fun texture and dimension, and just thought it definitely finished off that piece. All right, we are going to dive in some fun painting. So I took some white acrylic paint and started off just adding a little bit of water to it, just kind of mute it out. Then I created another whitewash with the red and a little bit of black to kind of mimic that burgundy color, and just kept going back and forth, add a little bit of water, and got the desired look I wanted. And I was thinking, hey, this anchor just doesn't quite match enough to the little wheel, so I added a little bit more of a depth and added that jute twine all the way around, making a cute little X. Then all that is left is just assembling the whole piece. So I wasn't quite happy with the amount of red. I thought I needed a little bit more to go up towards the top and a little bit towards the bottom. So I just kind of lightly dry brushed. And don't forget to look in my description box to see who you will hop to next. There will be a whole bunch of amazing and inspired DIYs in this collab, so make sure you don't miss out. Now, this definitely was not my plan originally, but the two pieces covered up the lines perfectly. So it helped kind of just cover up those little gaps, and it helped secure everything together. So here is my fun, I'm not quite sure if we're going to call it a lighthouse, a buoy. I mean, what do you guys see? I just think it's adorable and so easy to make. Here is that first project with the little houses and the Dollar Tree items, like so cute. You could totally make these pieces one, but I like kind of rearranging things as is. And here is my upcycle. I'm just in love, and I love being able to participate in this fun collab with everyone, make sure that you check out not only the next video, but the Fisher Foundation with the link down in my description box. Until next time.